In CSS, we have different media types. A media type is how or what is displayed on what type of device. For example, we can have all of our classes and IDs in screen or handheld or print. We'll tap into this real quick. And if we have all of our styling in handheld, then only iPod touches or a smartphone, something like that, would show up with that specific styling. Often you don't need to differentiate between anything unless you're going to print something or give the user the option to print the page. Looking at the code, this is how we apply it. We use the @ symbol, media, and it's always @ media, one word. Then we use a space, and then we declare what we want. Screen, handheld, print, TV, etc. @ media screen, which is all your computer screens, laptops, desktops, etc. Then we have media handheld, so your iPod Touch, your cell phone, your smartphone, something similar to that. Media print, this is an important one if you want people to print the page. Usually you want to set all the backgrounds to white. You want to set the font to a smaller font. Probably 11 pixels would be okay. You want to get rid of all the images and stuff. This way when they go to print your page, it's just a blank page and it's not going to waste all of their ink and spend an hour printing one page. Then we have Media TV. This one is quickly growing. People are starting to use their TVs a lot more as browsers. Fortunately for us, when you hook your computer up to your TV, the website still sees it as the computer browsing your web page. And in that case, we would use screen. So TV, I guess, would be more for smart TVs. It's not big yet. It is quickly growing, though. I don't think it will ever reach the capacity of handheld, which is huge now. 75% of the world has access to a handheld device, where that device has access to the internet. So if you're wondering about other type of media rules that you can use, here are the rest of them. You can use all, which specifies all of them. Then we have embossed. This is for Braille printers. Then we actually have Braille for Braille devices. They do exist. They're not very common. They're actually very, very rare, but they do exist. Then you have projection for projectors. This is popular for slideshows. Business rooms will quite often have this. And then we have TTY for teletypewriters. And again, this one's not very popular at all. I'd say the ones that you really have to look out for would be screen, which is your default, handheld, and print. Now, if you open many style sheets from other websites, you'll notice that a lot of developers don't use different media types. If you really want to be a pro, use them. This is a really great way to show off your elite styling skills. And when someone else goes to look at your styling technique, they're going to go, wow, this guy knows exactly what he's doing. Or wow, this girl knows exactly what she's doing. I also want to throw a little note out there that instead of using the media rule of handheld, what a lot of websites will do is they will actually redirect to a subdomain. So for example, what I mean is instead of using media handheld, a website will just use a script, JavaScript, PHP, Ruby, some form of finding out whether or not you are on a desktop, a laptop, or a mobile device. If you're on a mobile device, they will just redirect you. And here's an example. Facebook, if you go to facebook.com on your mobile device, in most cases, in most scenarios, it will bring you to m.facebook.com. And what that is that's M for mobile, facebook.com. Now, one of the primary reasons of doing that is because when you're loading something on your phone, you want to use a lot less bandwidth, even if it's a little bit. I know a CSS page doesn't take up a lot of space. You're looking at just a few kilobytes for every style sheet that you use, but if you can split that in half, that's better for the handheld user. And that's just because your phones or your iPod touches don't load nearly as quick as a desktop or a laptop, and this cuts down the load time for them. On top of that, you can organize all your files a lot better if you use a subdomain. Now, I'm not saying you have to do this, I'm just letting you know that that's usually how it works.